I don't know. Have a good day.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Let's not waste time and start. I call my fiancé the wrong name when we were making out. My boy's name is Eric. 3 nights ago we were making out and I called him Alex by accident. A terrible mistake. He stopped kissing me immediately and was like, "Why did you just call me?" and had the most hurt look on his face. I tried apologizing, but he won't have it. The problem is that my friend's name, who I also work with, is Alex. And now Eric thinks I have a crush on Alex, or that Alex and I have a thing, which is absolutely not true. You wouldn't see Eric the same way if he called you, maybe Alexa, while making out, except it's even worse for you since you actually work with the guy whose name you blotted out. I tried explaining that I spent the entire day at work talking to Alex and that's why I called Eric by his name. He said he doesn't believe me, stormed out and has been ignoring me for the past 2 days. If I was him, I would have reacted the same way. I swear I wasn't thinking about Alex. I don't know why I called his name. I love my fiancé to death and I want to fix this, but I don't know how. Please help. Just give him some space, I think. He starts shaking. If I were you, I'd offer an open phone policy, let him read your messages, and of course profuse apologizes and assurances that you love him and it was a weird mistake, nothing more. Next story. I made a mistake with my first love. It's been years since we broke up, but my first love has still that effect on me. He has a girlfriend now of about 2 years, and I also have a boyfriend of nearly 3 years. Our lovers were basically our second relationships, as we were each other's first. He was my first love, my first everything in almost all aspects, except sex, as it was a long-term one. We were high school sweethearts, started dating at the age of 13, 14, and broke up when we were in college at 18, 19. Since it was my first relationship, it was mostly rainbows and butterflies. It was silly, fun, good, crazy, wild, adventurous, all the good stuff, but I was the one who broke up with him, being really immature to think back then and chose to just give up as I wasn't strong-willed enough to be able to sustain the dynamics of a long-distance relationship. We were in different universities, so we didn't see each other often. No third party, no cheating involved. It was just an innocent relationship that neither of us knew how to manage properly and maturely. My ex and I have the same friend group from high school, and this friend group is a really closely knit one, that not a year goes by without us planning our schedules to get on a trip somewhere just so we can be together. Even since the breakup, I of course see my ex every time we have get-togethers, and we are acting casually with each other, just like how we act around with our other friends. Also, admittedly, every time I see him, there's just really that feeling of something tugging in your chest, and so I thought that it's probably just normal given the history. My heart still sinks every time I see or think of him, of what went wrong with us, or what it was like, or what it could have been. However, I felt like all this time we never really had the closure since I broke up with him over text. Very improper, I know. And we weren't able to talk about it in person, despite our seeing each other in these get-togethers. The issue about us was just never brought up. Recently we again went on one of these trips after almost a year of not seeing each other. I really meant to prepare to talk to him just so I could properly apologize for what happened with us and for us to have what we probably need to put our past behind us, closure. And so we talked. He told me that he actually blames himself why our relationship turned south back then, that he was also not mature enough to fight for us. So basically our conversation revolved around the thought of us being regretful that we could have done better back then if only we had the same mature mindsets as we have now. He admitted that he also thinks about the what ifs and the could haves all the time, which he said that this crippling thought about me makes him feel guilty as he's already in a relationship, but he just can never push it away. He also mentioned that he never really gotten over me, that even though he's in a relationship, I'm just really different and hard to forget, that he knows that deep down he will always have this love for me. We talked for about 3 hours, kind of under the influence of alcohol. Long story short, it ended up with us making out. Nothing was forced, both consensual. He might have initiated the kiss, but I also willingly responded. Alcohol's not the reason, as it might have been tipsy, but I could still think back then. It was surely a mistake that both of us agreed to take part on. I have never cheated on my partner, neither did he. I just couldn't understand why we chose to and why we thought that it was worth throwing everything away. He even suggested of doing it again, some as a time and some as a place, and I was also about to agree. But after like 30 minutes of making out, I asked him now what's gonna happen, and it's like realization hit him immediately, as he'd been saying that it shouldn't have happened, that we should just forget everything and act like how we were before, as friends. I also felt really bad and really low, a mixture of confusion, guilt, and sadness that I just cried in front of him. I told him that I felt used, that he maybe just did that to test his feelings, to which he denied. He told me that he just acknowledged that it was a mistake, but he still willingly did it because he really wanted to. But it still boils down to the fact that it was a mistake, regardless of the feelings we have. Now, I don't know what to do. What happened with us will just further solidify our not being able to get over your first love issues. I feel like an utter trash, as my partner doesn't deserve it, and neither does his partner. I've just been crying non-stop that my heart feels really heavy. I don't know where to go from here. I know most of you will judge me as nothing excuses cheating, but I just wanted to pour my heart out here. I'm sorry. Too long didn't wait. I talked to my first love for a supposed closure of our 5-year relationship, but it ended up with us making out. I don't know what to do. It's very difficult to forget your love. Maybe you should avoid meeting him and wait for your heart to stop beating faster when you meet him. And now story time is over. Thank you for your attention and have a good one.
I don't know. Have a good day.